Hey everyone, Build It here. Going to do a video on setting up Octoprint. So I was doing, learning how to do this myself so I could teach you how to do it, or do a video on how to do it. So I bought this board a while ago. It's an Octopi. It says it's a 3B plus, but despite all that, the Wi-Fi on this unit doesn't work. So it's dead. I took the SD card out of my known working one and put it in here, and it doesn't work in it either. So it had nothing to do with that. This one, the Wi-Fi is dead. I'm going to use this as our example. This is a Wi-Fi. This is a Raspberry Pi 3B plus. You'll notice there's a difference between these two. I think this doesn't really have Wi-Fi on it, because right here is usually where the Wi-Fi is, and there is no shielded Wi-Fi section here. So I think this doesn't really have Wi-Fi in it. So I've already gone through all this. I've already done this card, but here's the deal. We'll go through the whole thing. I'll go through the whole process with you now that I know how to do it and know how to make it work. So Raspberry Pi B plus, you do the same thing with a Raspberry Pi 4. That's the newest one. It has more memory. It's a faster chip. So if you want something that's a little more high performance, then the Raspberry 4 is your choice. So we'll use this card here that I just bought today. It's a Lexar 32 gig micro SD. I have that micro SD adapters. We're going to lose one camera here in a little bit. I'm actually going to break the video and we'll restart the video again. Every time I unplug my camera, it kills the program that I'm using to make my videos, which is OBS Studio. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. I'm going to start by going through the different sections of the downloads, of the stuff you need, everything you need to be able to do. So I have a checklist that I've made up of things to do. It's in a Word document. I'm going to copy and paste all that into the descriptions for the video. So this is my document. It has all the stuff to do, what you need, so Raspberry Pi 3B board only. Here's where you can get it out on Amazon. Raspberry Pi 4 a 3B plus complete kit. This is a board only. This is a complete kit. So this kit has everything: power supplies, it has memory cards. I think it's missing a memory card. You'll still need an SD card. The Pi 4 board only. You can get it on Amazon also. I don't know why the link doesn't show as a highlighted link like the other ones do, but there, now it does. Oh, that's nice. Excuse me. Strange, huh? Really weird. There. Okay, that's the complete kit. Again, we have a board only and a complete kit. So I'll show you the difference. Here's the board only. It pops open the window. So it's just a board. $61 for it. You can get it with 4 gigs or you can get it with 1 gig. If you get it with 1 gig, it's only $41. Give it 2 gigs, it's that, and 4 gigs is that. So I like to go with more memory. It's like how much RAM does your computer have? So I don't know why it's not letting me do this. I don't know what just happened. Get out of it. Okay, that just get off there. Don't need that anymore right now. I'll be showing you all these things that I'm going through here in a little while. Let's try that again. Control click. There's a Word document. You gotta control click it. Okay, so we get a 4 gig for $61. Me, I'd go for the 4 gig one, and that's my thing. You don't have to. You can go with the 1 gig. It's your choice. It depends on your money, I guess. So it's like $20 difference in cost between the 1 gig and the 4 gig. The complete kit, if we click on that one, I'll show you the difference. And then the complete kit has, I don't know why it had, I guess maybe it doesn't have, oh, I thought, a memory card reader. So you can plug it in and program your memory card. Comes with a 32 gig Samsung EVO memory card. It comes with the power supply. It has a case for mounting everything in. It has a fan for keeping it cool. It has heat sinks for applying to the processor and things like that. So all these things are all in the kit. So this is probably if you don't have any other stuff, this is probably the better way to go. Of course, now you just added another, $30–40 to the price. It's $100 now for everything. There are kits without the case. There are other things, so it's up to you how you want to do it. If you price everything out, you're going to spend, $10 to $20 on an SD card, right? You're going to spend, $10 to $20 on the power. If you don't have a case, you're either going to print one with a 3D printer, or you're going to buy a case or get a case from somewhere else. You're still going to spend money for that. You're going to spend money for the fans, the heat sinks, all the stuff is going to be separate stuff. So you make up your mind what's more important to you. So me, I bought the board only because I can print my own case and I can do stuff like that. If you're doing the Ceram bot, which most of the people are subscribed to, a lot of the people, I say most, about half the people subscribed to my channel are Ceram bot users. So they're going to want to be able to, they may not have a 3D printer, they only have the Ceram bot. And so the only way they can print something is, or get something, is to have it already made. So this one was the case, is a better option for everybody like that. And again, like I said, the same thing for the 3 Plus. Go up here and hit the board only. And the board only is, I don't know why it's more money than the 4, Raspberry Pi 4. But it's Raspberry Pi Model 3. I wouldn't buy this one. This is what I bought, Element 3, which is really super irritating right here. Element 3 Model Pi 3B Plus, and it didn't work. That is really super irritating. So don't buy one from Element 14. Ignore Element 14. Buy it from somewhere else. I don't want to. I won't steer you to this one. Don't buy this Element 14. I don't care what they want to say right there. Raspberry Pi 3 Model B, but right there is Element 14. No, I don't trust it now that I've had one that's bad right out of the box. So it says it's the right thing as far as it's got the Wi-Fi. You can see the silver Wi-Fi. Here, I'll do this. You can see the silver Wi-Fi right here on the. Oh, you can't see it. I'm blocking your view. Sorry, I did it again. So here is here it is right here. This is where I think your Wi-Fi is at. So you want that. But this might be the right board now, but it wasn't the right board when I bought it, even though it says it's a Pi 3. I don't trust Element 14, just because I've already had a problem. I'll go back and show you the complete kit on the other one again, because I had it blocked, and I'm not, sorry, I don't always pay attention to what my video capture is showing me. So here's a complete kit for the Pi 3. So it has a case again, heat sinks, power adapter, and the board. The only thing it's missing is there's no SD card. So that's something to always keep in mind. If you don't have an SD card, you're going to have to buy another SD card. So this one's not as expensive. It's only $64.99 for it as a complete kit. So I mean, it's not a bad price. You add about $10 to $20 more to add the SD card. Then we got, like I said, the Pi 4, the board only. Let me do that. Sorry. And here's the board only of the 4. Again, there's your little Wi-Fi chip on it. It's a 4 gig. It's $61.98 or $41.98 for the 1 gig. And then the Pi 4 complete kit. All these links will be in the description for the video, so you don't have to try and write them down and remember them during the video. They're there; they'll be there for you. So here is the board again. There's your Wi-Fi chip. There's your everything you need. It comes with the micro SD, the Samsung one. You know, it's got your cables for connecting it all up, your power adapter, everything. It's all here in this kit. So this for the new person who hasn't done it before, this would be the kit I would go with. The other advantage to a 4, besides being a faster processor, is that it has USB 3.0 built in, where the Pi 3 only has USB 2.0. So that's something to keep in mind too. If you're looking at trying to connect USB 3.0 devices to this, you're going to want to get the 4 instead. So that covers the boards. So I went down and I bought a memory stick or a micro SD card today, which is Lexar's 32 gig. I bought that this morning so I could play with and learn how to do all this. So now what we're going to do is you have to download the image file. So you need to go to octoprint.org. I have the link here. Again, this, like I said, all the links will be in the description for the video. You go in here, you click on the download here. It'll take you to another page. It doesn't actually download on that page. You want to download Octopi 0.17.0. When you download that, it's going to take a while. It's going to take you about 30 minutes to download it. I've already downloaded this, so I'm not going to download it again. You have to unzip it. It's all one file. There is no separate file. Then it's just a save space that they download, put it in a zip form. So you have to unzip it, and then you'll be able to extract it. You'll need another program because Notepad won't do a good job of reading files later. But you also need this disk manager, Win32 disk manager. So this is a program that will allow you to actually now write this image file out to the SD card. So you need that. So you need to go in here and you have to click the link for it. And it'll allow you to create the image. This is the one I already had it open on the web page. So you can download it. Don't open this. Do not open that part there. Downloading your copy, you go down here and hit download. So when you click download, it's fast. It's a fast download. I've already downloaded it. I've already installed it. It's a very fast one. It'll take less than a minute to download if you have good speed. It's about a 200 megabyte file, so it's not super big. In fact, I'll show you in the view in my file folder here. I'll go into right there. Oh, did I do that? Oh no, 3D printing, and then under Octopi. Drag this window over. So this is the image zip file. It's called Octopi Buster Light 0170. As you can see, it's 700 megabytes. And then when the image is unzipped, it's 2.8 gigabytes. So it's bigger than a 2 gig SD card right off the bat. And then you're going to add other stuff to it. You'll start putting plugins for Octopi into it. So you don't want to be messing around with that. So go with a bigger one. That's why I went with a 32 gig. My original one in here is also a 32 gig. So it's So this is the original, this is the Lexar. They're both 32 gig memories. So that is what I recommend using. I know you can't read them, the focus doesn't work all that great from a long distance, but that's a 32 gig stick memory there. Just like it says right here on here, it says 32 gig. So that's what you want to be able to do. So we've got that. So then you have the image, this thing here, like I said, it's only 12 megabytes, so it's really small. It downloads fast. Bonjour didn't work for me, but you can try it, and then you can just type in octopi-client, I think it is, so http://octopi-client, and it will open up if Bonjour works correctly. It didn't work for me. So now I'll show you how I got around that. That's so you can actually view what your Octopi is doing. Okay, so that's all the normal setup stuff. We have all that done. The only thing left beyond that, there was another one called Notepad++. I didn't save that, so I will open that up now. I'll do a search for it. Notepad++. So we look for Notepad download right here. This I'm using. You could download the exe for 32 or 64. I just did that today. If you look in my, like I said, my files, there should be one NPP right here. This is my Notepad Plus NPP, and so I'm using that to do the editing of a text file that we have to edit. And that's how you set up your network name and your network password, so that you can connect. Excuse me. So you connect your Octopi to it. All right, let's get started on the real work now. What we're really going to do. So now that we've got our image file and we've brought in that other program, which was the Imager program, I saved them into a directory here, right here, Win32 disk image. So we're going to use that. We're going to plug our SD card into our reader. So I'm going to lose the camera here. I'm going to stop the video so that we can do this. So excuse me while I'll come back in just a second. I'll edit this. You won't even notice it actually. Okay, so I plugged my reader in now. You can't see it. It's right here. And that way I can write to my SD, and I'm going to plug it in. And in my, should open up a window here, maybe, sometime. Right there. So right there is all the files. I've already loaded them on here, but we're going to reload them all. So now I'm going to go into and open up my Imager. So over here, we'll open up the Imager by going down here and grabbing the 32 Imager. Say yes. We'll go and select our image file, which is in my PC, my E drive, and then 3D printing, and then Octopi. And there's my image file right there. So my image files, I'm going to go here, I'm going to select I, and then you just click write and say yes. It's going to wipe out everything on there. That's fine. It's okay if it does that. So it's writing to it. I don't know if you can see the blue light. The blue light is flashing on it. Yeah, you can see it pulsing on there. So it's turning on and off. It's it's just lighting up as it's writing out the file. It's going to take a while. It's not very fast. We're at as you can see here. Move that over so you can see it better. We're at about 9% right now. 10%. 11%. So it takes a little while to write. Oh, I messed up here. I forgot to do one thing. We're writing it out to that, and we don't have our file changed yet. We haven't set up our network. Sorry about that. I forgot to set our network stuff up. So I should have opened up the NPP Plus and edited our network information. I'll let it finish since it's already started. Oh, I can cancel. Never mind. I'll cancel. Yes. Oh no, I did want to do that. Never mind. I'm wrong. Sorry. Forget what I said. I was wrong. I do want to write this. Because when it writes the image, it creates all the file folders, and they're all on my SD card, and then we'll edit the text file on there. Sorry. I was doing it the right way. I got confused. I know we had to edit the file, and I couldn't remember when. We'll let that run so it's done. And you have to bear with me. This is only my second time doing this, so you're at least getting a little bit of my experience in here. So I've done it once now, and I'm doing it a second time. It's unfortunate I'm out of ports on my computer. I think I have 6 USB ports on my computer right now, and they're all in use. That's why I got to unplug stuff and plug stuff in, like my camera and my reader right now. I have to unplug the camera to plug in the reader. When I unplug the camera, it kills the camera, so I have to stop the video, stop recording, and exit OBS Studio, pick things back up for the cameras to work again, and then restart the video again. So for this next few processes, you aren't going to see me. You're only going to see the desktop and the area where we're working here. This is actually my third Pi. I have 3 of them. I have another one in a laser scanner for scanning objects. So I can. So I haven't got it working properly because I can't get the turntable bed to stay level. It tilts a little bit, and that makes the image wobble. So when it puts together the 3D image, it's shaped odd. It's shaped wrong. So I'm still learning. I still got to figure out a way to fix that turntable on it. If anybody has a comment about that turntable on it, and you have an idea of how to make a better turntable, let me know, because I would really love to get that working properly. We're almost there. Now, when you're copying this image file over, if a window opens up saying you need to format your drive, ignore it. Do not format your drive. If you format it after you put this image in, or before the image goes in, you will kill it. It will not work, ever. You'll have to go back and reset up. I did it. That's how I know. You have to go back and reset up the SD card back to factory defaults. So I've done that, and that's so you're avoiding my information. Okay, so it says write successfully. You just say okay. We'll exit the program, And now we're going to go into that Notepad program. So now we'll go over here, we'll open up our Notepad++, which I saved here. I want to make sure I get the right one, so we're going to go here, we're going to open, and we're going to go to I, which is already there. And what you're looking for is, it's called octopi-wpa-supplicant.txt. I will put that in the image description. In fact, I'll do it right now so you can see me actually put it into the stuff here. So, that's a later thing. We're going to do that. Get the link for Notepad++ here. Right there. Get the link. And we'll copy that in here. So there's the download for Notepad++. Open. Get the file. And the file is excuse me. We're going to I so I can more easily view that. And I can go click once, click a second time, I'll copy that. Control V, and I'll put the .txt. I'm going to do it this way. From your SD card. Okay, so once you open that, you open that one, there's going to be a text file like this. So pound, the pound sign means a comment. So everything pretty much is commented out in here except for the country of Great Britain. We're going to comment out Great Britain because I'm not in Great Britain. I'm in the United States. It will uncomment the United States. And now it's in the now we're in the United States. Now up here is where you actually put in your information about your network. Almost all your networks anymore use WPA/WPA secured network. Leave the comments up here because these are just telling you what it is. Up here we actually have network and all that. If you want to remove the comment, remove that comment, and remove the last comment. And that gives you all that. Now here's where you actually put the name of your network. In my case, I'm on Spectrum, and it's case sensitive. You got to put it exactly as it is. Spectrum, W-I-F-I, and then AF -5G. And then you put your password here. I'm going to hide this now because I don't want you to. You don't need to see my password. So my password. And I did that again. Okay, so I got my password in there. Then just hit save. It will save it onto the iDrive, in my case, or whatever your thing is. It's at 1:11 p.m. I saved it, and right here we're at 1:11 p.m. So it did save it. And I scrolled off the screen so you can't see it. So we'll go back over here now. So that's it. That's all you have to do. I put it in here, it's done. We changed our country already, United States, we're done with that. These are the only countries available, unfortunately, so you can't put in China or wherever the place. You got to pick one of the countries that's closest to what you are. And I've saved it, so we're all set. And that's done. Now all you got to do is you need to eject your drive. So go up here and hit here and hit eject it. And that makes it safe to remove it from the reader. And I'm going to stop the video and hook the other camera back up. Yeah, maybe. Well, no, not yet. Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and we have our SD card. Let's plug it into our working Raspberry Pi. Move my reader out of the way here. We're going to come and grab my power for my Pi. You gotta power your Pi, otherwise it doesn't work. And we'll plug it in. So what should happen is to plug in, the little green light comes on right here. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. The little green light is flashing. That's loading the data off of the SD card. So it's still going. You can see it flashing. And when that's ready, we should be able to go into my network. And we should be able to search for it again. I should be able to go back in here. So this is how you get to your network. So you got to go on your router, find what your login information is for your router. I went off, you know, I took a picture of it off of my router. It's the same for everybody that has Spectrum. I don't know if you can read it or not, but it's on there, all my information. So it tells me that my router login is 192.168.1.1. And that will take me to my router, and then I can log in with my password into my router. And then in my case I select advanced, and I go down to status, and I should be able to go down here to current users. And under current users, you see right here it says Octopi, and it says 192.168.1.67. So now if I go over here, I'm going to open another window, and I'm going to type in 192.168.1.67, and I'll do that. And if everything works, it should just read it and eventually open up an Octopi window. If it doesn't work, then I have a different problem. And there it is. Here we are at Octopi. And then it goes into a setup wizard. So in the setup wizard, I'm going to reduce the screen size so we can get there, see it a little better. So it says, hello, thank you for installing blah, 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 blah. Then you go next. So this is where you set up your control. I want access control enabled. I don't want other people being able to log into my Octopi and use it. So I'm going to set up my username, build it. I don't know if they allow hyphens or not, so I'm going to just put it as one. I'll try an underscore. I think I have the hyphen in my, like this. I don't know if they'll let me do that or not. And then I say keep access control. Okay, login. So you're now logged in as Bill Diaz. Okay? And I'm going to let Microsoft Edge save my password. And then I'm going to say next. So you can, anonymous tracking allows them to do metrics. You know, how many instances they're running and stuff like that. You know, how long the jobs have been, you know, how much time has been used printing. The details are tracked and it gets sent to octoprint.org so they can kind of track the usage of the program. So I allow it. It's anonymous. It's not telling them who I am. So it might give them my IP address. I'm not sure. So I said, okay, it's enabled. Then you click next. You can not enable it. You can tell them, no, you don't want to share your information. That's up to you. connectivity check. So it'll regularly check to see if it's connected to your internet. So I leave it as it is. I don't know what the Google's DNS server and all that is. I have no idea. We can test the hub. It says the server is reachable, so we'll leave it as it is. We'll enable connectivity check, and we'll say next. Okay, this allows you to. So there are some plugins that they don't want you to use. So it's up to you. You can disable blacklist, or you can enable blacklist. I enable blacklist because I'd rather use known sources and stuff that we know is safe. So I'm enabling blacklist publishing, processing, and I'm going to use that. My printer I'm going to set this up for is going to be my Ender 3. It's printing right now, so I won't be able to do any testing until it's done. Actually, the Ender 3 Pro. That means it has a magnetic base on it. That's the only difference. It's a generic rep printer. Though I can change that. It doesn't really matter because it's just another name. I'll call it a Creology. That's who makes the Ender 3 Pro. And it's a Prusa clone. I just call it Prusa i3 clone. So they based it off of Prusa. You say next, and then we're all done. You know, you should never run your printer without being attended, without somebody being here, because if you go into a thermal runaway on something, or you have something, it could cause a fire, and that's the only reason. They just ask you to be safe. You make that decision. So go next, and that's it. We're all done. We're in Octoprint. This is Octoprint. If your connector is if your printer is printed or connected, you can go in here and you set up your serial ports. It's all set to auto. It's set for my Ender 3 Pro. You click connect. It's not going to connect right now because there's no printer. It won't connect unless there's a printer. You got to keep that in mind. You may say connect and it's not going to do anything. You're wondering why? Why? Right there, failed to connect serial port because it's not connected to a printer. But if you were connected to a printer, you could go in here and set up your temperature, and you can see all the stuff. It'll actually show a chart of the temperature that ramps up. You can go in here and control things like your XYZ axis. When you have a camera connected, which we don't have connected right now, you can connect up a camera, and then you can go in and set up time lapse. And you set up your time lapse like Z change. So every time the Z axis raises up, you can tell it to actually go to a certain location. It'll move to that location. It'll move the print head to that location. It'll take a picture, that way your printer is out of your way of the actual print. And then it'll move the print head back and continue printing when it's done with the picture. So that's how that's set up. We're not going to actually do that. There's nothing to do without a camera connected currently. There are certain cameras that are supported. I can't remember the model number. I have one. In fact, let me go grab that right now. I'll go grab my camera so you can see the camera. It's a Logitech camera. That's pretty much it though. Octoprint is pretty simple once you get it all set up. You just saw the setup so you know how it works. Okay, so here's my camera. I actually printed this whole arm mount thing for my camera so that I can position it. Unfortunately, it didn't work as well as I thought. This is the other part for it. This is where this mounts to it, and this would mount to my print bed, and then the whole thing would move like this back and forth with my print bed. But you won't see, won't see any motion because when you're taking pictures of your excuse me, when you're taking pictures of your print, because it's moving at the same rate as your print bed is moving. The advantage, it's nice to have a camera, but you don't need to do that. If you're going to do the octolapse where you're going to have it stop and pause and take a picture, you can have your camera wherever you want. You don't need it mounted to the print bed. So that's actually the better way to do it. It's just to have it do the time lapse and move the printer out of the way. You need Octolapse for that. So that's a plugin. So you have to load the Octolapse plugin in order to do that. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes every now and then you get messages from Octoprint, and it'll pop up messages that say, this print, this is available, this is available, this is available. Different plugins. Somewhere in here you can actually search for plugins. I can't remember where. It's been a while since I've done this. For some reason it changed the server on me. I don't know why. Oh, because the router closed. So that's pretty much it for running Octolapse or Octopi. Let's see. Nope, don't want that. I'm logged in. Tools. So maybe in here. So you can go in here and right here, plugins, plugin manager. So I don't know what plugins are already loaded or not. There may be some already. So Gina is like the main developer for this program. You can find her on Twitter. So she runs by two names. She has one name which is just for Octoprint, and she has another name which is actually her name, which is @Floosel or something like that, FLOOSEL or something like that. But you can search by that name, this name here, Gina, and you can find her. And if you have an Octoprint question, don't send it to her name, send it to the Octoprint name. You can get more information, and software updates. So we're at the latest, it looks like right now. So in the plugin manager, you should be able to look for more, I guess. And you can find different ones now. So looks like operators currently have no connection to the internet. Due to that possibility, yeah, that's probably true. My internet is probably blocking it. So from the plugin repository, so it'll open up a web page and I can go and find it. So you go in here, you can actually search for the ones you're looking for. So let's look for OCTOLAPSE, Octolapse. Octolapse is a stabilized time-lapse 3D print, highly customizable. You can go in here and you can get the zip file, and then you can load it in so you can run your time-lapse photography of your prints. Once you're connected to the internet with your unfortunately I'm not connected to the internet. Oh, so I can download it from there and I can put it in here and I can install it from the archive that I just created. So if I go to it from the URL, it won't do anything because it's not connected. So that's the deal there. Go to get more again, and then it'll say I'm not. No. Okay. Right here. It says So you go to, like I said, go to repository, which I did. You can then go to Octolabs and download it, and then you can load it from that yourself. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much Octopi right there in a nutshell. Once I have my printer available, I will do another part where we actually go through and do some stuff with it, and we'll see what we get from that point. Decode, control. Let's see what happens when I plug a webcam. See if it does anything once I plug my webcam into it. No? Well, I thought I'd try. Okay, well, go back to the front page here. So anyway, that's where we're at. This is a webcam that I got when I bought my EasyPi, which I bought from TH3D Studio. So if you want to get everything all set up for you and not do anything, I'll give you that way to do it too. There's a company called TH3D Studios. Right here. That's their help desk. I don't want their desk, I want just their website. Oops, yeah. Get out of their help desk. I don't want to be on the help desk. So here's TH3D Studio. You can go to their store. They have all kinds of other stuff too besides that, as you can see. So we'll go to their store. No, not. Oh, okay. Here's their shop. And if you scroll through here, you'll find okay, it's not on that page, not on that page, not on that page. Not there, not there, not there. Oh, maybe here. Shut there either. Oh, there, Octoprint. So you can get EasyPi Pro right here. So EasyPi Pro, $114 for everything. So you want a HD camera, you just click that, it adds $21 to it. Okay, it comes with a camera already, which is 720p. So I don't know what the difference is in the camera, so you have to excuse me on that one. I don't really know. Let's shrink this down a bit so you can see it a little better here on the screen. I'll maybe I'll shrink my camera down, or hide my camera. I don't need my camera right now for this. So right there, we're looking at EasyPi Pro, and you know, add Logitech USB HD camera is $21.24. Right there is optional camera, so the camera is not part of the kit. It's a 4 gig or 4. They're now using the Pi 4 now in their kit, and it's got 2 gigs of memory. So that's the like $60 or $50 version of the board. It comes with 3 power adapter already, aluminum case with heatsink fan and all that. So they've upgraded their setup. This used to be a plastic printed part, now it's an aluminum case. So they've updated that, and support's included. One of the things you can do when you order it, you can go on and enter in the information about your network, and they'll have it pre-configured for you for your network already. They'll have your network ID, your network name, and then the Wi-Fi password for your network. They'll have it all in there already programmed for you when you enter it in to order it. Right here, enter your wireless name and your wireless password. And if you need a longer Ethernet cable, you can order an extension cable. A power blocker, so that way when you plug in your cable from your Octoprint into your printer, it won't turn on the display and stuff on your printer. You'll keep it turned off. You have to actually physically turn your printer on in order for it to talk to the printer. So you can add that. It's your choice. This is a complete kit. This is the way I went originally. Mine, only the version that I got was a 3B instead of a 4B. But that's cool. You get the higher end Pi. So this is a way to go if you're really aren't into going through all the setup routine. It really wasn't that difficult once you know how to do it, but you might do it wrong the first time. I did, and I fixed the problem, and it wasn't that big a deal. The hardest part was actually resetting the SD card back when I formatted it, and then it wouldn't work at all. So it was nice having an extra one available in order to verify. Like I said, I found out that one board doesn't even work on Wi-Fi, so I ordered another board. So that's where I'm at, and so this will actually be Raspberry Pi or Octopi part 1, and then I'll have the part 2 will be actually running a printer with it. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video, and I wish you all the best. Have a great day. Build it out.